you guys have been together for a long time. Have you guys ever had any real struggles as a band, or have you guys always had good chemistry working together?
I mean, I think every band goes through its growing pains.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. We've had our personal conflicts and where we wanted to knock each other right through a wall, but I think every single band has gone through that. I always refer to rock and roll as a dysfunctional democracy. That's, you know, because really, because it really is, and it's getting to appreciate the other guy for all their good points, because we all have our negative elements that, you know, some our idiosyncrasies and what have you that kind of is not as attractive as the other qualities. And you learn from being around guys as long as we have around one another to either you grow out of that, you mature, and you become a better person because of the conflicts and the confrontations, and or you don't, and then the band splits up. So I think that we've all had our moments, and I mean, Mike and I would be the first to tell you that we've had a lot of personal conflicts, but from that we've both grown from it too, you know. We've both come to really appreciate one another for who and what we stand for. And I think right now and for the last few years the band's been in a great place, I think personally and collectively, and I think too musically. I think that we all just really feel good, and we love doing what we're doing, and we're out on stage, we're, you know, it's the greatest high in the world, and so I think we're in a really good spot. But yeah, definitely there were years that we needed to grow up and just really start to appreciate the other for who and what they are. Yeah.
So what advice would you give to your fans or aspiring musicians that are trying to get their stuff out there and start a musical career?
Well, I think, you know, one of the best things, I mean, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because you have the internet where people can download and get everything for free, but the other part is that it slices through having to depend on someone else to really listen to you and make your band become aware, because through YouTube or whatever, like young bands are putting their stuff out there, and you just happen to have a few people that hit on it and love what they, and just word of mouth through the internet spreads like wildfire. So to aspiring musicians and young bands out there, somehow if you think you really have something that's amazing, get it on YouTube. Just get it out there, you know. Get a buzz happening, and sooner or later it will get to somebody within the industry that's going to contact you and make something happen, you know. That's probably the best way, because, you know, and the other way is the whole grassroots approach of, you know, I think that it's important for any band that they need to get out there and actually play. They need to do gigs. They need to feel what it's like to be on stage, to experience that environment in order to become better at what you're doing. Because it's a completely different monster. When you're in the studio and when you're recording, it's a controlled environment. It's perfect. It's perfect. When you're out on stage, it's like, you know what? You know, everyone is, there's not anyone out there that's infallible, you know, or that's not infallible. And so you have to experience that to learn how to become better at what you're doing or what you're trying to achieve. And, you know, and the other grassroots approach too is get your stuff into the labels. You know, inundate them with your material so that they keep seeing it come if you're not getting any response. But at the same time, just realize that these people now on the labels, honest to God, they have CDs going to their ceiling. You know, it's ridiculous. But I still think that if someone feels they have something unique out there to offer, then, you know, just go for it. Don't. It's all up to you, just how far you can sell yourself. You know? Yeah.
So does Dream Theater have any plans after this tour? Anything specific that you guys are working on?
No, I mean, you know, I think right now the concentration is on the tour itself, and, you know, we'll be out until next June, touring all over the world. So I think right now that's where our headspace is at. Personally, I'm, you know, doing this until June. I want to have the solo album out by the end of May or beginning of June 2010, and then I want to do a bit of a tour with select dates here and there to support that. But I mean, beyond that, I mean, after this tour with Dream Theater, I mean, obviously from there, it would just be a matter of taking a break for a while, and then doing what we do. It's all cyclical, you know? It's like 1 year where you're touring, and then you take some time off, and then you get back in the studio, and you start writing, recording, and then you release, set it up, and start a tour again. So it's a glorified salesman. Yeah.
Alright, well thank you so much for
Yeah,
your
you're
time.
welcome.
Once
Okay.
again, this is Lisa for the Purchase Pro.